What am I doing wrong?
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain. Locked in the game, never move for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Talk about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came fat boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.
Hey, what's happening? What's going down, man? Yo,
Yo. What's happening?
hey,
What's
what's
good? What's good?
happening?
Yes, sir. Salute, Bulldog community. Y'all heard the queen. Go dumb on that like and subscribe button. Go dumb on it.
Yeah,
It's Friday. Salute.
Friday. But every day is Monday in the Shogun world, man, because we working.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got in the building with
Man,
us. Who we got in the building with us already? Melee. Salute the queen. You
Bailey.
already. Jerry Hatton.
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah. That's my
SFL. I
number
think
one
SFL
fan.
up here with us, ain't he?
Yeah.
SFL up in the building.
Yeah.
He was in the
Yeah.
building with us.
Yeah.
Melee, Hemi James, salute the Wolf. RBG,
Hey.
salute.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Huh?
Hey. No, nothing. I'm just jamming out, man.
Yeah. What we gonna talk? I'm gonna start kicking off what I be wanting to learn, what I want to learn today,
Okay.
what I want to talk about today, or what I want y'all to teach me today and stuff. You know, I'm just throwing something out there to pop a willy on or whatever, but because it was a heavy statement made, and it's been made before too. Shout out to Earlhead Kennels. Salute. A lot of people been commenting on his posts about the red nosed dogs throwing a black dog or whatever.
Okay.
You know, 2 red noses can't throw a black dog. A black nosed dog is genetically impossible. That was the gist of, I guess, the statement that Earl had made. And it was, he said basically, if anybody deny that, you know, try to go register that shit at the ADBA. And it was a powerful statement, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, right? I'm sitting there and I'm listening, right? And I'm like, hold up, boom. So I'm thinking, I'm pondering over it. And salute to Bubba Mex too, because he added another piece into it that made me make it all make sense. Because basically I was like, I I'm letting the dogs talk. So I know I done had two black dogs, and they, brothers and sisters, and I bred them two together. And they threw me a black and white dog, a brindle dog, and two red dogs.
Right.
A red-nosed brindle and a red brindle. But this is where it gets tricky at. Because in my eyes, I'm saying red dogs. But it's a difference between red and chocolate. That's where Bubba Mex came in, and I like what he said. Like, it's a difference between red and chocolate a lot of times, because I ain't gonna lie, those dogs, I registered them as red noses. I didn't put them as chocolate red noses. And maybe I should have put them down as chocolate red noses. But because just on me throwing those dogs with them two black dogs, it made me think in my head that basically if I bred the two red dogs together, it's damn sure a possibility that a black dog gonna come out that joker, because they came from black dogs. So, but that's when I heard Bubba Mex's point of them red dogs wasn't red, they was chocolate. So maybe that's what a lot of people is doing when they saying that they could get black dogs off of red-nosed dogs and all that. Maybe it's because those red dogs really are chocolate. Yeah. You know what I mean? Can you hear me?
Yeah, mislabeling, huh?
No, just like people. The colors, somebody, it looked red to me, you know what I mean? So it looked red. So, you know what I mean? But somebody's eyes say that's a chocolate dog. People know about the colors and stuff like that. So it's an honest mistake or whatever, but like just something like that can cause controversy. You know what I mean? Because all the time you got people that would be swearing that they could make black dogs off of red dogs when basically the dogs is probably chocolate. And I think chocolate is a derivative of the black, so that's why you could get black dogs. But that was just something I was thinking about when I was seeing that post, and I was watching a couple other shows, and it had me just thinking about genetic impossibilities and and how those things change up and all that type. It was just deep where I was thinking that with it. And the community, when I think about the community and the standards we have, and like you was asking questions earlier about like the breeding, like the questions you be asking, those be some good questions in the morning that you be asking. And right. Me, I'm like a hot dogs and beans type dude. I just try to keep it simple, and like y'all youngins is really digging into things and really technical, and y'all really doing what y'all supposed to do, because y'all have the information there. So y'all supposed to do what y'all supposed to do. So with me being kind of from the old school, I kind of, I'm playing catch up, and I'm loving it because y'all teaching me things, and but also a lot of the things that the books tell you and stuff like that or whatever, those things are true, but they like general guidelines. But reality is always different. Reality is always different. Like they got to give you a set type of guideline rules, but like reality is different. It ain't a straight line. It's like curves all in it. And what I mean by like that, but like, because like to me the pit bull community is full of contradictions, full of contradictions, full of lies. Basically, I found, like, you see how we breed, and you say the foundation is the key and it needs to be sturdy, and everybody say that like you can't build a house on shaky ground and all that. But I say that the pit bull community itself and the dogs is built on a shaky ground. Like I'm just being honest. Like, and it's just making me realize, huh?
From day one.
I don't know from day one. I'm just knowing like I guess so, from day one. Basically when they start making these papers for us to follow the formula, you want or try to figure things out. Like to me, you can, like, when I say it's built on a shaky foundation, is because like for instance, I got the dog Red Boy up there, right? And like that's one of the major players bloodlines in the game. You know what I mean? Now the stories we hear, like these, you know, when we just trying to find out the truth and stuff, the stories we hear is that dog was found or something. Like it's just stories on these dogs that like, okay, the dog was found, all right, or whatever. Now, if the dog was found, how's we looking at this pedigree? You understand what I'm saying? If the dog was found, we looking at this pedigree, all right. We like right there. That's contradictions right there, and it's a major player in our game. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, and to make it furtherly, now that you tie him into that, now you can look. He got siblings and everything, just like the brother Nonstop say. Like he got brothers and stuff. He got siblings and stuff. Like, but like you found the dog. Like what pill we supposed to swallow? You know what I mean? And that's why the old men will tell you, let the dogs talk. Because these things right here, you never know. So the dog's always going to tell you the truth. That's why that stays consistent throughout everything. But like this paperwork and stuff like that, that's all shaky ground. You can't build your foundation off shaky ground.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's all shaky ground. Even Eli, if you go to Eli, the stories on Eli was stolen. I think a black dude, or even Dabo. Like I think a black dude had Dabo, like somebody in a restaurant, somebody gave him a dog, a little puppy or whatever. I guess the puppy, the black dude brung him up, had his hands on him, the dog ended up being good or whatever, and then they end up getting the dog back from the black dude or whatever. But like, so just these dogs be stolen and lied upon and putting papers on, and that shit was way before us, and it's whole stories and whole paperworks and whole data systems that have been built off of a lie. You understand what I'm saying? So for you not to get caught up in the lie, the best thing you to do is always let the dogs talk. That's your ace in the hole right there. You don't have to be knowing the book smart stuff and all that type stuff. The dogs know better than the books. You understand what I'm saying? So like you could always go back to that. And I just wanted to say that. And I also wanted to learn from the community on different things that they you heard what I just kicked out and spilt or whatever. What I'm saying. Like but I'm trying to learn from the community. Y'all teach me what y'all think on things and y'all talk about it. Holler at me.
Man, like you said, Red Boy is a huge part of the pit bull community, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of solid lines been built around it, and it's a solid line all on its own. And just like you said, for it to be like questionable, that is, that's a head scratcher. Like you said, which pill we supposed to swallow? But I think I myself, I think like nowadays that DNA testing is so prevalent and inexpensive. I think that is a good way to kind of like, I guess, start from scratch. Whatever you got from here, whether it was found or whatever else, you know what I'm saying? You can, like you said, let the dogs do the talking, and also, using a DNA profile, I think that can help narrow it down and keep the game clean,
Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir.
Shout out to Tony M. Appreciate that 3-piece from earlier, man. Real, man.
Salute, Big Tony.
Tip, hey.
Yes, sir. Hey. Yeah. But this is the reason why I just look at the dog, man. Honestly, I just want a good dog, So, like Mike Dan said. If you are not there, you don't know. It's today's time. It's all speculation. Period.
Yep.
So I've been in those conversations where you dive deep into the pedigree and all this other stuff and all this stuff, and at the end of the day, the dog don't match. So I'd rather just look at the dog, give me a good dog, man. You know what I'm saying? And let me work from there.
Yes, sir. Because like, how many of us out here bought the dog compared to how many of us out here bought the story?
I bought both. In the past, I done bought both,
That's right.
But I kept the dog. You know what I mean? Regardless of the story pan out or not, man. If that dog pan out, I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with it. You know what I mean? And like, I never, as a youngster, I never really I never really saw the value in a pedigree as I do now. If it's a true pedigree, you know what I'm saying. But I think in my opinion, the only reason that pedigree holds value or weight is if it's true, because at least give you a formula of how to, come back, reproduce it, or some idea as to, how to come back and reproduce it. Where if you got a faulty piece of paperwork, man, not only can you not reproduce what you're trying to reproduce, but it's throwing you in a whole nother direction. You know what I mean? If that dog ain't the bloodline that you think it is, man, that's where, like you said, you really got to go start from scratch, evaluate your own dogs. You got 10 dogs, all right, well, these three is top notch. That's what your program rolling with. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to do a couple generations of that just to see how that's gonna pan out. Are they gonna produce themselves?
Right. Right. True.
Hmm?
True. Real talk. Real talk.
Henry James say, if you breed two red nose together and produce a black nose pup, then the ADBA requires proof of parentage to determine using DNA to rule out dual sire litter.
Okay.
Okay. So that means so that from that
Didn't know
statement
that.
that Hemi making, then that's insinuating that the ADVA
Possibility.
saying that it's not impossible. Then
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking from it.
Yeah, 'cause I can't see it being totally impossible because all of these colors and stuff pop up from a gene mutation anyway. So it could be a gene mutation between two black dogs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't no geneticist by far, but I do know the fact that every change that we got in our dogs since they became wolves is a genetic mutation. So I mean, since they came from wolves, is a genetic mutation. So I don't see it being impossible.
Just understand. And these questions, these ain't the first time these questions pop up. You understand? These ain't the first time these questions pop up. So it's like that genetic mutation is a heavy one too. I'm glad you said that, because genetic mutations versus genetic impossibilities. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so genetic mutations. Okay, I'm pondering on that. Salute, SFL.
I mean, if you think about it, what stranger genetic mutation in the animal world, just not even talking about pit bulls, but in the animal world, period, what's a stranger genetic mutation than gameness? You know what I'm saying? That's the number one thing for every animal is self-preservation. If you can get a mutation like that pop out and then start to trap it and see it over and over again, then you know
Well,
I, they don't get no stranger than that.
well, I think the difference between nature and being in a controlled environment is some of those mutations uh, don't don't hold in nature.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, there's some animals that are camouflage, naturally to nature, to their surrounding, and you might get an albino one, and that albino one can't hunt the same because it can't hide the same. It's visible, so
You're right.
it has a shorter lifespan. So when you get into breeding, in a controlled environment, some of those mutations shouldn't be there. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? But they
hmm
take those mutations and they lock them in. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
That's right. Definitely.
Yeah.
So like you said, I guess nature culling process is what kills off those mutations in nature. Like you said,
Yeah.
albino or whatever else, and you know.
Hmm.
And man, at the end of the day, these dogs in the community, like, we just trying to learn. So the things that we're talking about now, we're trying to learn, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and these dogs, like, the community is filled up with a bunch of geniuses and a bunch of dummies. And the
Hmm.
dogs could turn you into either one of them at any given time. They could turn a genius
Hmm.
into a dummy. For all the shit he was saying, it sounded real smart, but the dog just made him look like a straight dummy. Or it's the opposite around too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you see all of that type stuff. It's a plethora of all that stuff in the dog community. But like I say,
Hmm.
we've been this community to have a found the I just look at the community. I'm looking at when we talk about breeding and our standards and our foundations, how important the foundation is when we talking about these things. And I just look at our foundation as a whole, the pit bull community as a whole. It's a lot of uh, to me, the foundation is shaky because it's like lies, stealing, lies, and cheating. You know what I mean? Stealing, lies, and cheating. That's what the game was built on. I mean, it was. I mean, when it's in the people hands, the only thing that stay honest is the dog. You know what I mean? The only thing that stay honest is the dog, man. You know what I mean? So, I'm just sharing my where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's other views out here. I'm just kicking it. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Solo was
Now I
that.
do have something I could, I did want to bring something smart to the table. You know what I mean? So, because there's a lot of smart people here. So I did want to bring something smart to the table. So I did look up something just to throw something from Big Toyo, something smart. Found out that dogs can't differentiate between red and green. That was interesting to me. They can't differentiate between the colors red and green, but they can differentiate between blue and yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And I thought that, for the longest time, I always thought they only saw black and white. That was what the general consensus was for a while. You know what I mean? But then I find out different.
That's what's up. And also, as far as vision, you know what I mean? Like a dog, like I'm gonna ask you, SFL, like far as the dog's vision, how far do you think dogs can see further than us, or we can see further than dogs?
I think we can see detail further than them, but I think they can see motion faster than us, being that prey drive.
Oh yeah, you vicious SFL.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He said it. He said it exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I also think all they senses combined, outdo us together.
Most definitely, bro. Hey, listen, bro. My dogs know when I hit the stairs. The ones that's outside, because my bedroom is upstairs. So they know when I'm coming downstairs. They know when they hear the feed in the house, you know what I'm saying? Getting scooped up. They know when I pull up. They know when it's my truck. They can tell from another truck.
Yep.
You can hear them acting the fool when I pull up. They know. They something else, man. A dog is something else, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all right on point with it though, because they detect movements and the changes in the environment better than us. Like, you know what I mean, the brightness and all that. They on it like that. But and they also have a range, like how I think the humans is 180. The range, like the range of vision, like I think theirs is like 250. They can get up to like 250 to 270 degrees.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Almost like a prey animal. Prey animals almost got
So that's like the survival. I guess that's what nature gave them naturally to survive from, like, you know what I mean? Different things like that. Yeah. But that's just Big Toyo digging in the computers, trying to keep up with y'all youngins. I feel like I could say a couple of facts or something out here. That's all.
I'm glad you brought that up about the senses. I've been trying to do some research myself on the scenting abilities of dogs and different breeds and that sort of thing, because I was always taught that the bloodhound was like the superior scent hound or the superior nose dog to any breed or whatever, and now I'm kind of finding out that that's not always the case.
Yeah, that's
that may not always be the case.
No, you got it, bro. Go ahead.
No, any dog that's bred for a specific purpose is going to, on average, be the best at that, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bad bloodhound can probably be out-scented by a pit with an exceptionally good nose, but I'm guaranteeing you, if you was to take the average pit bull or the average Labrador, any other breed, and stack it up against the average bloodhound when it comes to tracking, they ain't gonna be able to compete. Just like you could have a curt pit bull that's cold as ice, and you might have this lab that's feisty. Of course, that lab will probably, is more aggressive. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, the average pit bull is going to dominate in what he was bred in. I think that goes for every breed.
I agree with that 100%, man. And I think maybe the census I was reading was like, like you said, overall, as a numbers game, you're gonna find more bloodhounds that's superior at tracking and stuff. But I think what they was trying to say is like more of them are being bred for the show ring and away from their nose, so the numbers are dwindling as far as like the good bloodhounds that that you can't stack no dog up against.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah. I
sir.
mean, that's with every breed. The
Yep,
AKC, breeding for conformation. When you got working dogs, I mean, any line that's bred along those lines is going to be watered down from the people that's actually using it for what it was intended for. Just like
yeah,
German shepherds. Over here they got the conformation shows, and it can become a champion. In Germany, it can't just it got to do some work to get a champion.
yes,
It's like
sir,
they
Yes.
don't care about just the confirmation. It got to be the work with the confirmation.
yes,
You
sir,
know what I mean? They look
yes,
down
sir.
on the ones from here because they feel like it's watered down.
You exactly
You know,
right. Like you said,
same with
the
the bloodhound.
system, the sport of shifting started out as a test, a breed test. So you know what I'm saying. If those German shepherds couldn't perform at least a basic level of protection, obedience, and tracking, then they was washed out the breeding program. You know what I mean? No matter how good they look, no matter how tight their confirmation was.
Yeah.
Just like the Am
And
staff, the Am staff,
yeah.
they looking at straight out confirmation. It's a champion. We know,
Hmm.
historically speaking, with our breed, that don't mean shit.
Right.
Earl
Yeah.
Tudor and them didn't care about no confirmation
Hmm.
to that
Yeah.
point.
But the thing with our breed though is they're pretty much above average in all categories. They ain't the fastest, but they above average when it comes to being fast. A lot of things they're above average in. More than any other
Agreed.
breed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I believe that, and that comes from their intelligence and also their desire to please.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Once a pit
Yeah.
discover, oh, okay, this is what you want me to do. Okay, they're gonna do it. You know,
Yep.
most of them. You got some hard head, you got some of them that got a mind of their own, but
Hmm.
for the most
Yeah.
part, they desire to please, and they exceptional athletic ability and all of that makes them,
Uh, uh,
like that.
yeah. As far as overall, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, my cousin
Yeah.
had a pit that he taught to sniff out. You know what I'm saying? Bud. You know,
Yeah.
you,
My
yeah.
dog can do that. She can do that. Yep.
Big A said, "Yeah, my dog can do that. She can do that." Oh shit, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, and y'all had touched on something a couple weeks ago. I wanted to made me think about too. I didn't never get to share on it, but like y'all was talking about AI and cloning and all the stuff we at now, whatever. And I remember when I was younger, and they already had like the $6 million man and the $6 million woman, and they had the German Shepherd that was bionic back then when I was a kid. So I
Mhm.
could just imagine where they at now with it. You dig what I'm saying? And whatever happened to them, the bionic thing. You know what I mean? Was that
Yeah.
was bionics real? I'm just asking y'all youngins. I'm just asking.
I think it's stuff that we know to the public, and then I think it's
Mhm.
stuff that they haven't revealed to us. I don't want to go too deep into it because then people gonna be like, "Man, Solo crazy. Y'all need to keep him off the panel." But yeah, man. But I will say this, and this may go
No, this the
off the
cookout,
edge a
bro.
little bit.
You could talk that. You talk what you want. Ain't nobody think we all crazy up at the cookout. Hey, so
I
say what you
believe they
think.
found alien technology, bro, and I think they re-engineered it, bro, reverse engineered it, and I think that's where a lot of the shit we dealing with right now comes from. Because how do you explain such a huge jump in technology? You know what I'm saying, in the last century, bro? I mean,
You
it's just.
say that one more time.
I believe that they found, and I mean, people who rule the world, the United States government, whatever, found alien
Hmm.
technology. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Hmm.
a spaceship crashed or whatever, and they reverse engineered that technology, and that's what helped them make all these cell phones and all of this stuff. That we using on a daily basis, and I think a lot of that is hidden. It's not revealed to the public. You got some people that might come out and what they do, what they call whistleblow, and kind of let out stuff that they shouldn't. But for the most part, bro, it's a whole nother level of stuff that we don't even know about, bro. Cloning, uh, cyborgs, all type of shit, bro, that they working on that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think a lot of that stuff derives from reverse engineering alien tech. That's just a belief that I have, bro.
I share that belief with you, bro. I share that belief with you.
I share it too. And now I'm gonna take it even further than that. Last year sometime, I know I seen something. And somebody was with me when I seen something. I know I seen something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just tell you straight like that. I know I seen something that I don't know what it was, and somebody was there with me, and we both didn't know what it was. It was like 3 in the morning, and things been happening lately that, man, it's unexplainable to me. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I would think it is something else out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, man, and it's a wonderful thing that you have somebody with you too, bro. Because like when I done seen stuff in the past and be by myself, it'll cause you scratch your head, make you think maybe I should have put the herb down or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
That's why they asked me where I see the dogs at 50 years in the future. They might be flying around. We might be flying around in the air with them jokers in the junk. Hey.
Real talk.
Shit. Hey, man, what else? Also, I wanted to bring up too, man. We can't overlook this. I know y'all heard about it. Everybody been talking about it, man. Which one y'all want to start on, man? Shannon or Kanye, man? What's going on, man? Y'all tell me about that shit. What's going on?
Man.
It's dangerous, man. Especially when you a black man, and you get money like that, man. I would just get you like 2 or 3, man. Do like Neo. You know what I'm saying? Neo got him about 3 or 4, and he just got that little what they call it. That's this little stock, you know. But because when you're dealing with random young women, bro, you opening yourself up to be targeted. Especially one Shannon Sharp about to sign like $100 million deal or something like that. Now all of a sudden he's rapist. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit is so you telling me damn near every black man that got some money is a rapist, bro? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's how it make it look.
I don't believe Tupac raped that bitch. I don't believe Mike Tyson raped that bitch. I don't believe Shannon. Well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I just think it's strange that whenever a brother get to a certain level and they finna bust a power move, all of a sudden all of these allegations of rape come out. You know what I mean? And it's like,
they keep running the same play over and over and over too, bro. They don't even change up same exact play over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
And people keep getting caught with their head in the job, man. It's so man.
To me, a lot of these guys, when they get that money, it exposes them as they ain't used to getting no pussy, man. Something like that. Something be going on.
Not only that, like,
that's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can tell when they feeling themselves, and they, you know what I'm saying? And that's when it happens. That's when it happens.
Even the type of the broads that be putting them in a trick bag be making you think like, how you know that already? How you know that shit already?
It's kind of like, it's like, so you got a brother like Kobe, for instance, right? You got a brother that's getting pussy thrown at him each and every single day. And your pussy's so good that he gonna take yours. You gave that brother some ass, you know what I'm saying? And then you thought about a come up, and then you came out with a frivolous lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as Kanye, I don't know what that brother on, man. That brother mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? I believe something happened when his mama died, and something in his brain just kind of like,
that don't make me think of cloning.
Kanye, me too. Kanye got clone vibes, yo. He give me clone vibes.
Hey, but time out. What just happened with Kanye?
He just came out the
closet talking about gay shit with his cousin or some shit.
Yeah.
He said he had his cousin meat in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
That's what he said.
Now I done heard some people say he doing that shit to sell. He got a song called Cousins, Kissing Cousins or some shit. And they say some people try to say he just trying to promote the song, but like, yo, that's too much. And why would you have to do that if you got all this money? Like, if you got all this money, why is you doing all these weird things? Like these weird things, like, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of them be changing up like that, man. It ain't too many of them. I'm saying staying regular, man. Like, I
Hey,
give Jay stay in the back. Jay stay in the back, but he even changed up a little bit, man. The hairstyle, and now you getting mad when niggas like he
yeah,
got mad when somebody
Yeah.
called his suit pink. They was like, you got the pink suit on. He's that
Bam.
this isn't pink. This isn't pink. This is whatever. He got mad, man. It's different things going on, man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of them get caught up in
Like,
these new when they get that money, they get around different circles, and they, you know, it'd be like they get these new truths that they find, like, you know, because I've been hearing Beyonce and Jay sometimes for years now talking about like Sufism or something like that. So like, man, I don't know what people be like you can't let these like, you know, when we start digging in these books and we start listening to these things, and just like the UFOs, man, like, you know, we see that, like, how, like, after I seen that, I still had to go work. Like, you know,
yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
you know, you still got to pay bills and stuff like.
I think brothers need to stay grounded, man.
Yep.
That's the word I'm losing. That's what I'm looking for.
I don't care how much money you got. If you got billions, you know, once or twice a year, I think you need to listen to the slave narratives that's in the Library of Congress. I think you need to listen to Martin and Malcolm and all of our.
That's true.
Oh, that's vicious. That's vicious.
I think you need to go over certain statistical data. You know what I'm saying? Like the average white household got 13 times the wealth of the average black household. This is true.
Ooh, that's real talk.
I think you need to, once or twice a year, you need to hear this. You need to look at Emmett Till in that casket. You need to look at them lynching pictures. You need to really, really immerse yourself in that pain, in that struggle, so that you don't lose yourself. Because some of these brothers get a bag, and it's like, bruh, who do you think you are? And I think it's some buck breaking shit going on too, man. I think to get to a certain level, I'm not saying it's Illuminati or nothing, but it just seems like the more money you get, the weirder you get sometimes, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know.
Hey, you know what? You said some heavy shit right there.
Yes,
So
sir.
because like once you get the money, the work ain't over. You gotta stay grounded. Now it's work on like Solo said, you gotta stay grounded. Like you'll lose, you could just fly off the handle once you get that money or whatever, man. That's what it's seeming like. And there was some good points that he brought up about keeping yourself grounded and listening to where you came from. Go back to what like things that humble you and make you understand. That's real talk. Solo, salute.
I'm gonna tell you, not only do they need to ground themselves for real, this ain't no shameless plug, but everybody need to be tapping into this Samurai Network, man, because we got some brilliant minds on our panels, bro. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I just was sitting back listening to y'all talk, thinking to myself, like, man, I wish I'd had this type of guidance and direction my whole life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real, man.
Salute, bro.
RBG,
But that's-
yeah. Go ahead, Big
Go ahead, bro. No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Kanye doing stuff to the point of where you can't even support him no more, bro. Because the first, man, I love Kanye, man. You know what I'm saying? Them first two albums, man. I'm like, yeah, this is a breath of fresh air, man. Brother ain't talking about killing another brother, and it's some good music. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when you wearing swastikas, bro, and you wearing KKK outfits, and you just doing all this clown shit, it messes up any truth that you may have in your message. You know what I'm saying? He ain't told no lie about the small hats, but bro, you already lost like $300 to $400 million in like a week or two fucking with them people, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be strategic and get the truth out there without wearing swastikas and shit on your necklace, without putting on KKK outfits and all the clown shit surrounding it, making it to where people have to back away from you for their own sanity and their own sake. You know, Chuck D spoke out against that type of stuff. We got a lot of people that spoke out against that. Ice Cube back in the day, all of that, but it's like they didn't go so far on a tangent that it made it hard to stand with them. You know what I mean? The shit Kanye doing makes you like, dog, what the fuck is you doing, man?
Like you said, you can't support it. You can't support it because it make you look some type of way if you support it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, that's the truth. But if I'm behind this man, backing him 100%, then I might got some small head friends. So I'm just like, how you support that? And it ain't even about me having no hatred towards them or whatever. But they, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he realized he alienated himself.
Yeah, you got to be strategic. And then, okay, you talking about you want to see your kids and, but bro, the stuff you doing is shit. When she go to court, Of course they're gonna be like, man, no, the kids are better with her. And you running around in KKK outfits with swastikas on your neck. You know, you
I
don't get
think
a pass because you black. That shit crazy, man. It's gonna hurt
I,
your relationship with your kids, everything.
I think that I think that the reason a lot of black up and coming superstars, even leaders is what you may call them, man. I think that they generally are going crazy because when you think of our leaders in the past that really tried to make a change or made a put a dent in this world, they don't live long. You feel what I'm saying? They're gonna assassinate them some type of way,
They
either
gonna crucify you.
yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, look at
Definitely under
Tupac, bro.
pressure.
They
They
knew
definitely
Tupac
are
was
under
powerful.
pressure. You know what I'm
Huh.
saying? You black, you know, when black Americans, we are definitely under oppression, you know. And I don't
Oh
give
yeah.
a fuck. It is what it is, bro. Even Martin Luther King, bro, they was sending them letters and shit, telling him to kill himself. You know, he might have been cheating on
Hmm.
his wife or whatever, but they was trying to use that against him to get him to kill himself. And, you know, they were tapping his phones. And then when he started talking about reparations, coming to get that check,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, then he came up getting killed, you know what I'm saying, a short while later. You know what I'm saying? Tupac, another, you know, it's like, okay. It seems like everybody that's finna really do something end up getting shot down, man.
Yep. If you
You know what I'm
Yeah.
ride too hard for your community, Jack, you know what I'm saying? They gonna either shoot you down or they gonna tear you apart in the media, like what we're seeing with Shannon Sharp, Bill Cosby, and all that. So you might be
Hey,
living, but you ain't got the power that you had. You can't move the people like you was.
y'all remember that guy in I think it was Massachusetts who made the car running off of water?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, they
Yes,
come
sir.
up dead. They just come up dead. It seemed like any, like even Kevin Samuels, you know, he started to get some conversations in the community going. He was the talk of the community and it was good. You know, brothers and sisters were starting to look at themselves and analyze, and then all of a sudden he just dead. Brain aneurysm or some crazy shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I feel like we like in a petri dish, bro. You know, and if anything undesirable pop up in that petri dish, you get rid of it. Anything
Yep.
that you do want in that petri dish, you feed it, you support it.
And
You
they
know,
calling us too. They
yeah, they
calling us.
calling us. Yeah, they calling
Oh
us.
yeah,
They calling us.
you remember
Yeah,
the Tuskegee experiments and stuff?
Yep.
You
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's still
And
going
that
on.
was
It's just
going
on a
on in
higher
the
level. They
70s.
experiment on all of us through the foods and the genetic bioengineering and all that type of shit. It's just a bigger experiment than it ever been now. You know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah,
got to
we
think.
definitely.
It's just like what you said earlier. Genetic mutations and different things like that, and how the body is the that's the top notch machine. Your human body, like that joint is the top notch machine to me because like you got to think. Even if they trying to color us with the food and all that, even like when we were slaves and we had to eat the chitlins and all that type of stuff, all
Man,
that type, we still was strong and still like you understand. What I mean, eating the
yeah,
bad foods and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that means something. Like how was your body be able to adjust to them bad foods or whatever, whatever. But then it'd be like, you know, I also heard though, like the energy of the people, like like the energy means something too. Like
yeah.
like the energy of the people cooking the food means something too. Like it get deep out here. It get deep out here though. Y'all cooking. Salute.
And like you said, Toyo, of course, the same way we as American game dog people have always been trying to isolate that hidden gaming trait. They trying to isolate that trait of us as gamers. So no matter what cancers or whatever or whatever else, we continue to survive and thrive. So you better bet. You better bet they calling us and trying to get that perfect specimen out of the game dogs of people. That's us.
Yeah, and then when we get too powerful, then they infiltrate. You know,
Hmm.
they sabotage it. You know what I'm saying? Even going down to the point of flat out assassination, like they did Fred Hampton. You know, then they try to get us in this mentality where we uncomfortable talking about it because it makes them uncomfortable. And then they
Hmm.
try to get to the point where people try to silence you when you speak about it, speak out against it, or try to make it seem like you're crazy. You know, and I
Yeah.
feel like this, man. I ain't no bigot. You know what I mean? If you
No,
real, you real. But don't silence me when I speak on the truth. You know what I
right,
mean? Then
right.
I don't care what color you is. You know what's going on, man.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And if you try to tell
Listen,
me why, you're gonna make me want to be even louder, and that will make me angry when I speak the truth and somebody try to silence me. Don't try to silence me.
Mm-mm.
You know?
Hey,
listen. Like Kanye, to me, like when you talked about the kids, when y'all said something about his kids, that's the sad part about it, yo. Because the shit he doing is selfish as shit to me. That's just my opinion. That shit's selfish. Like, even if he think he right and he got he got his truth that he need to share. Once you got kids, man, you can't. That's like you putting more burden on your kids, man. Like you putting pressures on your kids, man. Like your kids can't, like. You just doing that. You bringing more adversity to their lives. Yep. Like, and basically, if you is that smart, you would want to mold your kids, and maybe they can get your message across better than how you bringing it out here. Man. You know what I mean? And you should make them want to understand. Your job is at home first, whereas though they gotta understand you first. When you out here trying to make us understand that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Man, that card ain't good no more with me with Kanye. I mean, we was all saying, man, he just a genius, and we just don't understand why. Man, fuck that shit. That
it's a machine behind him. There's a machine behind him,
man. Or somebody is pulling his strings, you know.
Yeah.
And then now he's showing an elitist mind state because he called Boosie broke the other day. It's like Boosie ain't broke, bro. So if you calling that brother broke, he might be broke compared to you. He might not have the money you have, but he's not poor. That brother got some money. So then what are you showing? You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the average everyday person? Dude?
Right.
You got showing that. I hate when a black person do that, especially. Don't get a little bag and think you better than the next person. You know what I'm saying? Because of that bag, bro. Because we all know at any moment that shit can be taken right from your ass.
Yep.
See, they look at Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Even if he come out of this shit, even if he come out of it, he's still finna lose some money with the lawyers. He's finna lose deals and contracts he had. They finna hurt his pockets. Kanye lost $400 million in like a week or two fucking with them small hats. If they don't show you that your shit can be stripped away from you and don't be too goddamn big-headed and think that you above the people, then I don't know what will, bro. They would tear your ass down, boy.
The greatest weapon we as a people got to overcome and everything else is the same weapon they use against us. You know what I'm saying? We either infiltrate our own groups and shit like that, destroy that movement, or if it ain't that, it's gang violence or some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's amazing to see how quickly a lot of brothers will I mean go take it 0 to 100 real quick when it's somebody that look like them. But when it's somebody else, they'll give them a pass. And I ain't saying all of us or whatever, but, you know, there's plenty of examples of that, man.
Plenty of examples. I mean, same brother that'll gun me and you down just for looking at them or whatever. They think I'm mean mug me. But when, you know, these two rednecks come, you know, with a badge and a gun, you're going to run from them. But you'll me down.
Yeah. They ain't got to check in, but we do.
It's
check in, but we got to check in.
Yeah, we gotta check in though. You know what I'm saying?
It's misdirected energy in the wrong places. Because like if more people would do what Solo said earlier, humble themselves, and it's a lot of research you can do to direct that energy. It's some work for us to do out here.
Yeah.
If you go. If you looking for the work, it's work for us to do out here, just like the working dogs. Like if we mad as shit and all that, it's financial things we could dig into to get better. It's oppression out. It's different things that if we just go and we really about working it and concentrating on different things, we ain't got to turn that energy on each other. We can we can use that same energy to gather up together and do what we got to do to get other things the right way. You understand?
Yes, sir. That's perfect. That's perfectly said, man. Like you said, let's say you got 10 game dogs. If all 10 of them game dogs is directed at the same lion, they can bring a lion down. But if ain't no lion to bring down and that energy ain't pointed towards the lion, then guess what? They in the box with one another. And that's the same thing you seeing with us, bro. You know, it's a warrior class, but when they ain't got no we're a warrior class, but when we ain't got no direction into the war that we going into, then guess what? All them soldiers gonna start tearing each other apart.
Yes. That's what's been going on. Yes, that's what's been going on for years and years.
You ever seen two dogs run to the gate and then you walking past your dog and then they can't get to your dog, so they turn on each other?
Yes, sir.
Like little Shih Tzus and shit do that before.
Yep. Redirected aggression.
Yeah, redirected
and every time every time we get a leader that tries to organize the direction, organize the energy in one direction, they knock them off. They
Yes,
knock
sir.
them off.
They knock
Yes,
them off.
sir.
They lock them in the tomb forever, or they just straight out kill them.
Man, he just said lock him in the tomb forever, Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they
God,
did Larry
dog.
Hoover. Yeah. Once he came out with the blueprint, and once he came out with the 21st century vote and all of that, now he an enemy. Now you want to lock him under the goddamn jail. As long as a nigga gang banging and targeting his own, you kind of
Yes, sir.
you know. That shit's sad, man. You know, it makes me angry, man. It makes me angry in the motherfucker.
Yeah, me too. And like,
thinking about
like,
that shit.
You know, it's like it's like, you know, and just like we were talking about, of course that should make us mad, and it's supposed to make us mad. It's supposed to make us angry enough to do make some type of change. You know.
Hey, y'all, man, I love this type.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Sorry about that.
No, I was just saying, this the type of cookouts I love. Like we always about the dogs, but like it's a life too. It's a bulldog life. So that's what we talking about. Like, and I like this. This is what I like. I'm enjoying the cookout today. Salute, brother.
You know.
Yes, sir.
It's like I be looking sideways at our people that feel some type of way about pit bulls, but they cool like other dogs. Like I got cousins that's all about a Rottweiler or a German Shepherd or Doberman or whatever else. I love all dogs, make no mistake about it. But as a black man, how can you not see the plight of a pit bull, bro? You get what I'm saying? Like they go through the exact same shit that we go through. You know, unfairly criticized and you know what I'm saying, villainized and look like they're a demon or something, bro. And it's like they just like us. The best in the world, but the whole world against it.
To me, the ones who don't like them.
I got
to
bro.
All right, Solo.
Have a blessed one, bro.
Y'all too.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, to me, the ones who don't be liking them and act like that, you see people in our community the same way. They act like they're not black. They act like they act like they're different than us. Those the same ones that don't like me. So I'm telling you.
Well,
Hey, these dogs will show you a lot in the world, bro.
I damn near thought all of them ain't like it. Shit, I was walking mine on that bike trail the other day. That lady had to been at least 70, her husband. And they stopped me and they was like, that's a terrier. I was like, yes, American Pit Bull Terrier. You know what she said to me?
What?
I knew Carl Mims.
Damn.
Oh, that's what's up. Caught you off guard.
She caught me off guard.
Hey.
And then told me she was like she looked good too, and then proceeded to go on her merry way with her husband. I was like, yeah, that she just stroked the young nigga ego right there, boy.
That was somebody you could have networked with, brother Supreme. You getting all types of diamonds thrown on you, young niggas. And you and these dogs, like you got recognized. Even that, like I be throwing little stuff out there to you. I don't know if you be picking it up. You know what I mean? Like I be trying to throw stuff out there to you, but like yeah, you got recognized where you at in this thing, man. And don't pass your blessings up. Like you know what I mean?
I'm gonna catch him. You gonna throw him like goddamn you the Baltimore Ravens quarterback. I'm gonna catch him.
Yeah,
sure. And man, like that's what I said earlier, man. We got a power in this movement, bro. Like it never ceases to amaze me. Like man, everybody, not all just people that get on the panel. There'll be some people that's in the chat, stuff like that, bro. I'm just like, man, I honestly did not realize there was that many people with that level of consciousness, intelligence, and you know that we like-minded. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we might feel a certain way or believe a certain way or whatever, but because in your day-to-day we few and far in between, it's so good to see like a group. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I won't trip it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Harvard suing the government, the U.S. government?
Say it again, eh?
What about Harvard suing the U.S. government?
I hadn't heard about it.
Harvard heard about Glock.
Harvard University.
Harvard University suing the U.S. government. Okay, I didn't hear about that, eh?
Y'all want to hear something else y'all ain't heard about?
Me neither. What's up?
Glock, the company Glock suing Chicago.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, sir.
Because of the switches.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Ain't that backwards as shit though?
What's that? You feel me?
Nah, that's getting money on both ends. What you talking about? What Harvard doing, A?
Oh shoot, I don't know about it. Drake just put that in the chat.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Yeah, they putting the
I really
squeeze play.
say
Glock putting the squeeze play on. They get money on both ends, ain't they?
Yeah,
yeah.
They, that's crazy.
dang.
Yeah.
That's real talk, though. Real talk. It's about 5 minutes. 5 minutes left, y'all. Y'all go ahead and make y'all round, man. It's a beautiful cookout, man.
Yes, sir.
Cookout.
Oh man, you know what it is, man. It's your boy Big A. And all I got to say, man, if you ain't hit that like button, go smash that like button, man. And if you ain't a member, go be a member. It's only $1 a month starting, man. You know, we had dog of the week this week. Shout out to Elevator with Judge. Judge is the dog of the week. We got the digital dog show coming up next Saturday, man. Y'all check that out. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. We got Elevated coming up next, man. You know, and then we got Men at Work. And hey, it's Friday, man. We gonna help you get through your day today, man. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Supreme.
Oh man, you know what it is, man. It's your boy Supreme. Catch me outside, man. I'm finna go to the gym, man. Squat this 450, man. Y'all keep your head up.
After that.
Salute. That's
It's
a
your boy,
fact.
it's your boy Student for Life, man, and just man, I appreciate everybody that was on the panel, everybody in the chat, man, and like I said, man, y'all, we it's a movement, you know what I'm saying? It really is creating better people through better dogs, man, and I try to get everybody I know with a brain and 2 ears to lock in, man, and I encourage y'all all to do the same. I hope everybody be blessed, have a safe weekend, man. I'm looking forward to catching up again Monday, man, and just keep them, keep my treasure chest open for all these jewels being dropped.
Hey, SFL, ain't you get ready to have a show?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for your show. Come on, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Man.
Big A got me right, man. I can't wait.
That's what's up, man. Salute.
Good to go, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all already
y'all-
know it's your brother, Big Toyo. Y'all stay royal. I'ma stay loyal. I'll be back tomorrow. We could do it all over again. Bring a friend.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah, you know what it is, man. And we out.
Yeah. Show gone business. Not everybody can come around this table. It's for the ones who build, not just bought. Family ties. Let's go. We build different. Yeah. We run dogs, we don't run lip. Boy, we build different. Choke up. Real ones locked in, not just clicking. Name whole weight, cause we build different. Facts. Build different. Build different. Morning talk heavy and the dogs ain't missing. Nope. Shout out the family that's riding and lifting. All of this for my people, we build different. Big salute to Big Hill fam, that's your gun blood. Elevated kennels grinding, rising above. Cooking with soul, real flavor, real love. Solo but connected, 10 toes, never budge. Schoolboy Richard Garcia still teaching the pubs. Non-stopping J-Bo, bulldogging it tough. PBK, Pelican Bay, solid as a rock. Catch guard, catching that work round the clock. The UA, Kane Corso, north side, go hard. Whole squad real from the muscle, from the yard. Yard work. We build different. Yeah. We run dogs, we don't run lip, boy, we build different. Real ones locked in, not just clicking. Name whole weight, cause we build different. Build different. Morning talk heavy and the dogs ain't missing. Shout out the family that's riding and lifting. This for my people, we build different. Let's go. Big love to the viewers that pull up and ride. Dickie Foster, front row every time. Salute. Pyrex in the kitchen, mixing the grind. MKM bottoms, laying them foundations right. Quick C, fast hand, sharp mind. Mike Dan locked in like bloodline. When Moon stay tapped with the real ties. In the wood, 4, 5, 6, solid through the vines. Show gon' slide. Vernon Star, bright light for the tribe. Hemi James, high torque, full drive. And there's plenty more soldiers on this ride. Built from the dirt, loyal to the work. Earn not given, put your pride in the earth. Morning talk, no decaf, get it first. Shogun family, yeah, we blessed, not cursed. We build different. We run dogs, we don't run lip. Boy, we build different. Real ones locked in, not just clicking. Name, whole weight, cause we build different. Shogun. Build different. Morning talk heavy and the dogs ain't missing. Shout out the family that's riding and lifting. This for my people, we build different. All day. Big love to the ones really in it. From the yards to the kitchens to the woods. We salute you. Run your dogs, not your mouth. Shogun Unlimited. No deck off. No cap.